We've got the Mercedes-Benz GLE 450e.
It's a plug-in with really good range.
Pure EV mode. Look at this. Look at I'm even speaking quiet because it's so quiet.
This is exactly what Mercedes-Benz does perfectly. Pure traditional luxury. All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts. What's under the hood and floor of this thing?
A 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a plug-in hybrid electric motor. It's matched to a 9-speed automatic transmission with a combined 381 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It is a 23.3 kilowatt-hour battery with up to 77 kilometers, 48 miles of range, standard all-wheel drive.
Premium fuel is required, and with a full tank of fuel and a full charge, you get 663 kilometers or 412 miles of range. So this is a Turbo 4, and that's one of our questions coming up as our hot topic, so stick around for that. Right now, what do you get with this GLE?
The base trim comes with a 12.3-inch touchscreen with navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 12.3-inch digital driver display, a 360 camera, Burmester sound system, power front seats with memory and lumbar support, heated front and second row seats, Artico leatherette upholstery, a heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, and a foot-activated tailgate. In the U.S., some features are not standard, like a heated steering wheel, heated second row seats, a panoramic sunroof, and the Burmester sound system.
I like this car because it still has the old MBUX system, so what can we put it in?
Got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our videos drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the Cup of Car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe, but also follow on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes and to get a question in. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button.
This 450e gives you a real luxurious experience. It's smooth, it's quiet, the cabin remains insulated, and it has plenty of power. The maneuverability is very good. I can't believe how good the turning radius is on this big 5-passenger vehicle.
So what you have is a Turbo 4. You might be like, oh, we're going to get to that again in Hot Topic, but the main thing is almost 500 pound-feet of torque because you've got electrification and a large enough battery now where you can get 77 kilometers of range. It's a win-win. And is this going to be enough for most people? I think so.
Oh yeah, it's going to be plenty for most people. If your battery is charged up, I like that when you turn this vehicle on, it defaults to pure EV mode. So it's trying to get you the best fuel economy possible. This has adaptive braking technology. It has a selective damping suspension, but available air suspension and adaptive damping.
Now remember in the summer, Andrea, we were driving the new SL with the roof down, and I said that was peak Mercedes-Benz because the calibration of that AMG V8 with the transmission, and it all came together. That's what Mercedes-Benz does really well. They also do this really well. Like, they do pure luxury, they do performance, but they also do pure luxury better than most in the business. So if you're a luxury buyer, you will really like this.
And I think it does everything really well together. The 9-speed automatic transmission shifts smoothly and quickly, and you're getting all that power from the electric motor, and that combination is going to get you down the highway pretty fast. There are plenty of drive modes to choose from. You've got hybrid, you've got pure EV, there's an off-road, a sport, an individual, and if you want to hold your range, you can hold the battery for a later time if you choose. And the regen braking is controlled with the paddle shifters, which is very light.
Just the way I like it. It doesn't put the anchors on. All right, we don't have to spend too much time on the outside of this thing, Andrew, because we have all seen the GLE. In my opinion, this is the best looking GLE they have ever created. I think it's curvy and muscular and handsome all at the same time.
Yeah, it's got a nice aggressive look to it. I've always liked the look of the GLE, and I think for those who aren't crazy about the look of the EQE models, this is an excellent option, being a plug-in hybrid that you can save, money at the pumps if you stay within that range daily. This PHEV gets 8.1 inches of ground clearance and comes standard with LED high-performance lighting system with LED headlights and LED taillights, power folding exterior mirrors. 20-inch wheels are standard in Canada, 19-inch in the US, and available 20-inch and 21-inch wheels.
And then there's AMG packages if you want to make it look sportier, and there's even the AMG Night package, which is going to give you all of the chrome in black. All right, so then we turn our attention to the inside. We referenced it earlier. It still has the MBUX system. We've seen with new Mercedes that we've driven over the last year, they've gone to a single tablet screen or the big hyper screen across the dashboard where everything is done in that. I still like this. I know we go off on Acura about their trackpad, but this trackpad actually works really well, and I like the conventional layout.
Yeah, it's very modern. These screens are well integrated. The feedback on Instagram is that they really like it. Is the GLC going to get this? No, the GLC is all brand new and it has that center console screen. But this is really nice and it offers some great storage, whether it's in the door pockets or at the center console. And guess what? We've obviously got a package on our model, but this is heated. The doors are heated. There was at one point where the heated seats get so warm that I was just so relaxed. I had the massaging on. It was like, wow, this is luxury.
It's pure luxury. And the thing is, it was actually frost this morning. I had to scrape the windows before we got started.
Yeah.
So heated bum, heated arms, heated everything was definitely welcome.
This plug-in hybrid comes standard with a leatherette interior, of course available leather and Napa leather, and then of course different trim pieces. You can go with brushed aluminum, or you could move into wood like oak or walnut. There's just such a variety to make this GLE really your own. Other available features in packages or a la carte items, things such as ventilated front seats, enhanced heated front seats, augmented reality for navigation, a head-up display, massaging front seats, soft closed doors, an air balance system, MBUX interior assistant, Dolby Atmos with sound personalization, and a dash cam is available.
Another plus, this thing is very comfortable and roomy. Here's me getting in the back seat. The legroom is incredible. The headroom is excellent. Surprisingly, the back seats don't recline, but man, this thing is big and comfortable.
Comparing the GLE 450e to the BMW X5 plug-in hybrid, the GLE offers 40.3 inches of front row legroom, which is about half an inch more than the BMW. Rear seat legroom at 40.9 inches is over 3 inches more than the X5.
Lifting the power liftgate, this has a nice, long, useful cargo space. The original plug-in GLE had a battery that cut into the cargo space. That's all gone now. Unfortunately, you lose any space underneath, and you can see there's 3 packages here. One for the cable, one is an emergency roadside kit, and one is the tire repair kit, all stuck in the trunk.
Cargo space behind the second row is 31.5 cubic feet, and overall cargo space at 74.9 cubic feet is a little bit bigger than the X5 plug-in hybrid.
You want to compare this to the others. That's not surprising.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Between this and the new X5 plug-in hybrid, which would you two choose as your daily driver?
I think for us, we would get the X5 because it's got a bit more of a dynamic drive. This is very floaty boaty. This is pure Mercedes luxury. This is sort of the pinnacle of what they do well.
Yeah, this offers more range than the BMW plug-in hybrid does, although they have increased it with this new model. It's just a little bit more engaging from BMW, but I agree with Zach. If you want something that is so smooth and so comfortable, this is it.
And by the way, that category of buyer is broad. There's a lot of people that like this style of drive. Very insulated, very refined. I mean,
so quiet.
Oh yeah. I can totally see why someone would buy this over a pure electric because you get the best of both.
You really do. How does the comfort level of the GLE compare to a Porsche Cayenne? Which vehicle has more trunk space for 2 medium-sized dogs?
Okay, Andrew, you do the trunk space because I know you've looked it up.
Yes, well, this offers more space than the Porsche Cayenne behind the second row and overall cargo space. It also has more range than the Cayenne.
Did you see me in the back seat just a second ago? The back seat of this thing is enormous. Okay, if it comes to comfort, I think Mercedes has got Porsche beat.
Yeah.
Porsche has, more supportive seats, but it's just the dash of the new Cayenne with all that piano black. This has got a goofy shifter, but they got a goofy shifter now too.
I think
don't
it's
know.
worse.
I think it's worse. I think the latest Cayenne ergonomically is kind of a step backwards. Some people like it, we don't.
And what's with the piano black?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It just looks
this
cheap.
is a luxury experience.
Yeah.
This is very different than what you're getting in the Cayenne. But once again, we go back to that traditional luxury drive. And if you don't like that, you may prefer the Cayenne. I test drove it and it's beautiful with good power in EV mode, certainly good enough for me. I'm thinking of buying it. One really irritating discovery is the additional $650 for fast charging. The feature is already built into the vehicle. They just have to release the charge port cover to let the customer access it. To me, this is almost the same as charging a subscription. Your comments about this. Before you jump in, I just want to add, it's a 60 kilowatt DC fast charger that will go from 10 to 80% in 20 minutes, which is good. Like, people will want that. This feature is standard in the US. Just in Canada, we pay extra.
How much
for
is
it.
this thing? 90 grand? Starts at 90 grand?
In Canada,
That
yep.
should be included. Come on. Give me a frickin' break.
I
You got to pay
agree.
$650 more just to access the DC fast charger. Here's the interesting thing, though. They know that 98% of people are just going to plug it in overnight and drive it during the day, and it's always going to be charged on level 2 or even level 1.
But at that price point, people need it. It should be a standard feature, just like in the US. However, in the US, things like a heated steering wheel are not standard, and it is standard in Canada. So different markets.
Okay, puzzle me this. Would you give up your standard heated seats for the DC fast charger? Not in a million years.
No,
in
I wouldn't
Canada.
give up my heated steering wheel in Canada. That's standard for the DC fast charger either. I mean, I think I would. Oh, by the way, the heated steering wheel in the US is in a package and it's $450. So $650 for the DC fast charger, or
Throw it all in. I'm taking everything. And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Do you think Mercedes has gone crazy fitting a 2-liter when all competitors offer a 3, and it weighs more than the Range Rover Sport X5, etc.? With no greater range, does the build quality get even close?
So yes, this has a 2-liter turbo at its core. You can also get the regular gas model with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. I've driven it. It's shockingly good. But you got to remember, a lot of the heavy lifting with this is done by the electric motor. And even when the battery is depleted, you still have some range in the battery to give you boost if you need it.
Yeah, I think you're going to find the power in this 450e to be very good. I would not be concerned. There you go, with the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Of course, both the BMW and the Range Rover have the 3-liter 6-cylinder. But if you look at Jeep with the Grand Cherokee plug-in hybrid, they're also using a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And I think it's just the way everything works together that creates such a terrific powertrain. And Mercedes-Benz has done this well.
Listen, if you put 10 people in this car and said, take it out for half an hour and bring it back, are you happy? They'd say yes. Do you know what's under the hood? They wouldn't be able to tell you. All right, let's get into the charging, the fuel economy, and the price and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. In Canada, it starts at just over $90,000, and in the US, $69,500. The 450e has impressive towing capability. Without Airmatic suspension, it can tow almost 6,000 pounds, and with it, over 7,700 pounds.
This GLE has a 9.6 kilowatt onboard charger, and with a level 2 charger, it can go from 10% to fully charged in 3 hours. This GLE 450e gets a combined 4.1 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers. That's 57 miles per gallon equivalent. When the battery is depleted, it gets 9.9 liters per 100 kilometers combined. That's 24 miles per gallon combined. The warranty is 4 years, 80,000 kilometers, or 50,000 miles. So plug-in hybrid luxury SUVs. What else can you consider?
For your consideration.
4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the X5 plug-in hybrid with a turbocharged inline-6 and an electric motor, a combined 483 horsepower, and up to 64 kilometers, 39 miles of range. It has a starting price of $90,500.
The Volvo XC90 Recharge with its T8 plug-in hybrid powertrain. It has 455 horsepower with 53 kilometers, 32 miles of range, and a starting price of $87,000.
The Range Rover Sport plug-in hybrid with a 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder, a combined 434 horsepower, 82 kilometers, 51 miles of range, and a starting price of almost $138,000.
The Lexus TX 550h Plus with a 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid, a combined 406 horsepower with an estimated range of 53 kilometers or 33 miles, and the price has not been announced yet.
So there are 4 plug-in hybrid SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round. 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
Love the comfort level in this. Wow, so luxurious.
Pure luxury.
What I'd like to see is in Canada that DC fast charging as standard.
And I'll do a solid for our US viewers. Heated steering wheel should be included.
This Mercedes-Benz offers great range, but like every other plug-in luxury hybrid, it's expensive.
It is pure luxury. You get what you pay for.